This is a favorite World War II story about a British bomber who was badly damaged on a run over Germany. And on the way back, I guess it either took more anti-aircraft fire or a fighter plane hit it, but at any rate it was going down. And I'm not sure now how many survivors there were. I think the crew maybe 6 or 8. But the rear gunner had no choice but to jump out when the flames were coming to him. The flames, which incidentally burned up his parachute, burned it up so he couldn't use it. So he dove out of the plane to about 20,000 feet. So that's about 4 miles high. He said he felt the sensation of falling was just all slowed down. It was something wonderful in many respects. The sky around him was pinkish. It could have been from the flares from the other burning planes or damage done on the ground. But he fell quietly and just resigned to his fate. Strangely enough, he hit a pine tree, a very large pine tree, crashed through it, and landed in a huge snowdrift, which really cushioned his fall. He rolled out on the other side. I was surprised after checking all his arms and legs and everything to find out he only had a little scratch and had survived. And then coming down the road with their guns and flashlights and stuff were a crew of Germans. A crew of Germans came along and they grabbed hold of him and said, "You're a spy and we're going to shoot you," which was really a sad way to end up such a wonderful flight. And he said, no, I'm not a spy. He gave them his most ingratiating look and smiles and everything and said, "Let me show you." So they put their guns up for a moment, and he took them down the road and showed them where he came and hit the snowdrift, hit the broken leaves, broken branches from the pine tree, and they showed them the clips on the parachute had not been used, and that proved conclusively that he'd fallen without the use of a parachute. And so they laughed good-naturedly and patted him on the back, took him off, put him in a prison camp. He stayed there with the Allied prisoners until the war was over, and then told his story. That was one of the best stories from British bomber command, certainly, of World War II. And I think that's just one little aside. The British lost, I don't know how many thousands of men. The Americans lost about the same number. It seemed like maybe 50 or 60,000 men bombing Germany into ruin. And that's the end of this particular little bomber story.